Hi, I'm Zach Paul, and today's presentation is on Gothic cathedrals. To start things off, I'd like to tell you why I chose this topic. As a Christian, I like to look back into history of churches. One thing that fascinates me is the architecture of the churches, and how it has developed throughout time. During the Gothic period, many architects designed the cathedrals in such a way that they felt it honored God. This brought many innovations into their design. For me, it is a very iconic period of architecture for the churches. For this reason, I studied further on this topic and chose to present it. Let us begin. Gothic architecture. The Gothic style originated in France during the 12th century. The style became popular throughout Europe from the 12th century through the 16th century. The design featured tall buildings, large stained glass windows, statues, and paintings that featured many iconic figures. It also brought about many structural innovations, such as flying buttresses, ribbed vaulting, and pointed arches, which we will actually talk about next. Pointed arches. Previously to Gothic architecture, many churches featured rounded arches. There were limitations to the height in which they could build the walls because the rounded arches could only bear so much weight. The pointed arch fixed these limitations as they were proficient in bearing weight. They also served a symbolic role as they pointed towards heaven. Flying buttresses. The flying buttresses are an external brace that counteract the outward thrust of the wall. This prevents the wall of the building from collapsing. It also allowed the wall to be built taller and was an iconic design to cathedrals. Ribbed vaulting. A vault forms the surface and structure of the ceiling. Traditional barrel vaults proved to be problematic, causing many buildings to collapse. This was due because they were very heavy in weight and produced proficient pressure on the walls. Ribbed vaulting solved many of these issues. It utilized arcing and intersecting stone ribs to better concentrate the stresses of the weight and supported those stresses with external bracing. It also was lighter as it utilized thinner stone panels. The layout of the cathedral. The plan of most Gothic cathedrals was in the form of a Latin cross or a cruciform. The main body was made of a long nave that ran on an east to west axis. The transept, which features the entrances to the cathedral, ran along the north to south axis. On the west end of the cathedral is the apse. This would be the front of the church, or it would be the location of the Pope. Along the nave, that would be the seating, and they would face the apse. Now, we will look at the 5 most famous Gothic cathedrals. First, we have Notre Dame de Paris. The name translates to Our Lady of Paris in French. This cathedral is dedicated to the Virgin Mary. It is the most famous of the Gothic cathedrals of the Middle Ages. It is also known for its size, antiquity, and architectural design. The construction began in 1160 and was completed in 1345. Chartres Cathedral. The cathedral has stood in Chartres, France, on site since the 13th century. The cathedral is widely recognized for many of its architectural innovations, sculptures, and its stained glass windows. In fact, there are over 176 stained glass windows that depict scenes from the Bible. It is also believed that the veil of the Virgin Mary is contained within its treasury. Cologne Cathedral. It is located in Cologne, Germany, and stands as the largest Gothic church in Northern Europe. Construction began in 1248, and after several stages, it was completed in 1880. Due to its twin towers that stood over 515 feet in height, it stood as the world's tallest building until 1884. Florence Cathedral. It is commonly referred to as Duomo by locals. During the time of its consecration, 1436, it was the world's largest church. In fact, it could accommodate more than 30,000 worshippers. It is widely known for its collection of paintings and statues from well-known Renaissance artists. Its most popular feature is its dome that contains over 4 million bricks, weighing approximately 40,000 tons. Finally, we have Milan Cathedral. It is located in Milan, Italy. It is also better known as Duomo of Milan. The construction began in 1386 and still continues today, making it the longest worked cathedral in the world. This is partly due to the lack of funds that the country has provided over its long period. The cathedral itself features over 3,400 statues, 135 gargoyles, and 700 figures. This concludes my presentation. Thank you.